Okay, here's today's Challenge Cup final preview. Obviously, the kickoff is at 3 o'clock UK time. St Helens are playing the Warrington Wolves at Wembley. The weather might actually have a massive part to play. I think people have underestimated the weather conditions, I think, a little bit. Last year it was very similar, not as warm when Catalan won, but I do think the weather might have an impact on this game. It's going to be a very, very hot afternoon in the capital. 30, 34 degrees, somewhere in that range. It's going to be a very, very hot day. No humidity, not very humid, but exceptionally hot. And that could have an impact. So whatever team prepares best for the heat will have a very good chance of obviously winning this game. On the form guide, I've got to go with St Helens. If St Helens score first, it could be a 20-point win. I don't think, with all the injuries and the form issues that Warrington have, that they want to chase the game. I think Warrington want to get that first score. I think that's actually in their game plan, is to score first early on in the first couple of sets of play. They have struggled in the league the last 2 months. Their form has really tailed off since the semi-finals as well. They've been on a lengthy losing streak. I think it's 6 or so games in the league. St Helens have been a juggernaut, but word of warning for Saints fans, they have come unstuck this season against the Broncos twice, especially. They've lost a few games, and normally when they've made a few changes to the lineup, and also when they've underestimated the opposition, where they actually have that definite "we're going to win" favourites tag, the Broncos have beaten them twice. That's a cause of concern, is they might be overconfident and a bit sloppy. They want to go out there and execute the game plan. They cannot allow the opposition's poor form to play in their mind thinking, we're going to win this game. You've got to go out there and beat what's in front of you. Warrington, yeah, as I say, the injuries and poor Super League form haven't been great build-up for this game. But it's a one-off game, and in cup games with the Warrington Wolves, as we've seen in the Challenge Cup over the years, they will up their game. There's a reason why they've been so consistent in this competition in the last 15 years. They've won a fair bit of silverware in the competition as well. And they do seem to up their game when it comes to Challenge Cup finals. It's something that Warrington do very, very well. St Helens, though, I think they're trying to go for a triple of regular season, Challenge Cup, and Grand Final, Super League Grand Final at Old Trafford. I think that's their objective for this season. But it depends on who can adapt to the conditions outside. As you can see, there's a bit of glare on the screen here, so that it's very bright. There's hardly a breath of wind, and there's not a cloud in the sky. It's a really, really hot day today. It's already 25 degrees now, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning as I'm recording this. But it's also that first opening 10 minutes, those opening sets of play, those opening 3-4 sets of possession. Set completion is going to be important. So even if Warrington aren't necessarily scoring, the longer they can keep a good set completion of above 80-90%, and the longer they can stay in the game without being too far behind, if they do fall behind, they have a chance. But if they can score first, it forces Saints to come out and play and puts Saints on the spot in a cup final. If Saints score first, they then can dictate the pace of the game, and that's where I think Warrington could have problems. But I'm going to go for St Helens for a win, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than people realise. I think it could actually go the full 80 minutes to the final whistle, to the final set, to the final kick, to a field goal. I really think it could be that close, but it does depend on actually how the first 10-15 minutes of play in the actual game takes place, and also which team adapts well to some really hot conditions. And with Warrington having all these injuries and a squad reshuffle, I think St Helens also might be slightly better suited to the weather conditions as well. But there we go. We'll have a full match review after the match. It kicks off at 3, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think this could be a humdinger. Yeah, I used a weird word there. And this could be possibly one of the best cup finals we've seen. Catalan's win last year was one of the scrappiest cup finals I've seen, with drop ball and silly plays, but my God, was it entertaining. If this game can live up to the entertainment of last year, we're in for a really, really good show. But thank you very much for watching. If you are a Saints fan or a Wire fan, place your comments below. And if you are a neutral like I am, who do you think's going to come out and win? Who do you think's going to get that winning try? What's the scoreline going to be? All these kind of things, and what kind of occasion will it be? Because Wembley has been criticised as a venue for the Challenge Cup final in recent years, especially after last year's low crowd, which was a shame because Catalan, I think, fully deserved that trophy. But the low crowd, the travel issues for the fans from both clubs, especially Catalan, was also a cause of concern, and the gap between the semi-final and the final as well. So there are things that the RFL can do better, lots of things actually. But where do you think this game's going to end up? Who's going to win it? What's the scoreline going to be? I'll be interested to hear from you. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.